October 1925, Chicago, a metropolis roaring with ambition and shadowed by crime. Prohibition birthed bootleggers and gangsters, their Tommy guns echoing in alleys. Stolen cars ferried across state lines, fueled a new criminal empire, outpacing local police. The Bureau of Investigation, a fledgling agency under 30-year-old J. Edgar Hoover, struggled to tame this chaos, its agents armed with badges but little authority. Into this crucible stepped Edwin C. Shanahan, 31, a special agent driven by duty. On October 11th, he entered a South Side garage at 6238 South Princeton Avenue, chasing a car thief named Martin J. Durkin. One moment, one bullet would make Shanahan the first FBI agent killed in the line of duty, igniting a manhunt that tested a nation's resolve. This is a story of heroism, treachery, and a justice system grappling with its own limits, where courage clashed with a killer's cunning, and Chicago's shadows hid truths still debated a century later. Sunday, October 11th, 1925, 4 p.m. Edwin Shanahan arrived at a garage at 6238 South Princeton Avenue, a gritty corner of Chicago's Englewood. A tip from a car dealer pointed to Martin J. Durkin, 25, a thief wanted for stealing a Packard sedan under the 1919 Dyer Act. Shanahan, meticulous, had scouted the site days earlier, noting its oil-stained floor and rusted tools. Chicago PD officers joined the stakeout, their revolvers ready, but miscommunication plagued the plan. No clear radio protocol, no backup schedule. By 6 p.m., the cops left for relief, leaving Shanahan alone, his .38 holstered. Headlights swept the garage. Durkin eased the Packard inside, humming a tune. Shanahan emerged, badge flashing, voice firm. Federal agent, hands up. Durkin's hand darted to the front seat, seizing a revolver. 2 shots rang out. One pierced Shanahan's chest. He fired once, grazing Durkin's arm, then collapsed, blood pooling. Durkin sped off, tires screeching. Police, returning minutes later, found Shanahan lifeless, his badge glinting. Forensics noted bullet casings and a blood trail. Durkin's wound. Why was the stakeout so poorly coordinated? Martin James Durkin, born 1900 in Chicago, was a predator in pinstripes. Raised in back of the yards, he stole his first car at 16, graduating to Packards and Cadillacs by 1920. His method was slick. Steal in Chicago, alter engine numbers, sell in Ohio or Missouri, pocketing $500 per car. $8,000 today. Durkin's violence defined him. He shot 3 Chicago cops in 1923 to 1924, wounding a California officer in 1925, always escaping. Known as a desperate gunman, he charmed women, a wife, Marie, and a mistress, Clara, both shielding his alibis. Police bulletins described him. 5 feet 10 inches lean, dark eyes, a smirk hiding ruthlessness. Psychologically, Durkin craved control, firing at any threat. By October 1925, his wanted posters blanketed the Midwest. Did Shanahan know the full extent of Durkin's lethality? In 1925, Chicago was a criminal cauldron. Prohibition enriched gangsters like Al Capone, whose speakeasies thrived on Cicero's outskirts. Car theft, less glamorous, was rampant. 100,000 vehicles stolen annually, many funneled through Durkin's network. He supplied bootleggers with fast cars for liquor runs, earning their protection. Shanahan, before his death, had cracked a Dyer Act ring in 1924, arresting 5 thieves, earning underworld grudges. Detectives speculated Durkin's tip came from a rival, hoping to eliminate him. Chicago's 600 murders that year overwhelmed police, leaving federal agents like Shanahan exposed. Was a garage tip a trap, or just bad luck? Shanahan's death hit Chicago like a thunderbolt. Found minutes after the shooting, his .38 still in hand, he was rushed to Englewood Hospital, pronounced dead at 6:30 p.m. The Chicago Tribune blared. Federal agent slain in duty. Church bells tolled in Bridgeport, where neighbors lit candles. His funeral, October 14th at St. Mary's, drew 1,000 FBI agents, Chicago PD, and Mayor Devers aides. Minerva, 26, clutched Dennis, 2, her face veiled. Vigils sprang up, with 200, at St. Ignatius's house, praying nightly. J. Edgar Hoover, in Washington, wired condolences, ordering a national manhunt. Media frenzy painted Shanahan a hero, but whispers questioned the FBI's tactics. Why no backup? Minerva's grief, silent, fueled calls for justice. The FBI's manhunt, launched October 12th, was relentless. Agents raided Chicago's speakeasies, grilling informants. Durkin's wanted poster, $5,000 reward, $80,000 today. Plastered depots and post offices. Car dealers reported sightings. None panned out. On November 2nd, 1925, Durkin struck again, killing Chicago PD Sergeant Harry Gray, 42, during a back-of-the-yards arrest, wounding Officer John Dunn. Gray, a 15-year veteran, left a widow, Ellen, and daughter, Mary, 10. The city's terror surged. 600 cops rallied, their badges draped in black. False leads, a stolen car in Milwaukee, a tip in Indiana, frustrated agents. Was Durkin mocking the law with his defiance? By late November, Durkin's trail turned west. A stolen Pierce Arrow surfaced in San Francisco, its plates swapped. FBI agents in Los Angeles, Phoenix, and Denver coordinated with sheriffs, patrolling dusty highways with Model Ts and shotguns. A San Diego tip, Durkin at a speakeasy, proved false, the man a lookalike. Public tips flooded in, spurred by Tribune headlines, killer at large. In Texas, a Pecos rancher spotted a green Cadillac with red wheels, driven by Mr. Conley. On January 17th, 1926, Sheriff Tom Logan questioned the driver, noting his glib charm and mismatched car. El Paso's FBI office flagged Durkin's M.O. Was the net tightening? The FBI's informant network, a shadowy lifeline, buzzed with whispers. In Chicago, a bootlegger claimed Durkin hid with Capone's men, a lead that fizzled. In St. Louis, a car dealer tipped agents to a Buick sale, linked to Durkin's mistress, Clara. Near San Francisco, a garage owner reported a man altering a Pontiac's numbers, matching Durkin's tactics. Each tip led to a raid, each raid a dead end. Public fear grew, with mothers locking doors, papers calling Durkin a phantom. Agents like John Edgar Walsh, 33, risked their lives, trailing leads across states. A January 19th, 1926, tip from Missouri dealer, a green Cadillac buyer, reignited hope. Was Durkin slipping? On January 20th, 1926, FBI agents cornered Durkin near St. Joseph, Missouri, after a car dealer's tip led to a hideout in a clapboard shack. A brief chase ensued. Durkin's Cadillac skidded into a ditch. Agents drew revolvers, shouting surrender. Durkin, out of ammo, raised his hands, smirking. "You got me, fellas," he said, unscathed save for Shanahan's graze. Handcuffed, he denied everything, but the Cadillac's engine numbers tied to Chicago. Chicago PD confirmed his identity via fingerprints. Agents found a .38 in the shack, matching Shanahan's wound. Interrogation revealed Durkin's arrogance. He taunted agents about Gray's death. Why had he evaded capture so long? Durkin faced justice in Chicago. In state court, March 1926, he pleaded guilty to Shanahan's murder. Killing a federal agent wasn't a federal crime until 1934, earning 35 years at Joliet Statesville Penitentiary. A federal Dyer Act trial added 15 years at Leavenworth. For Sergeant Gray's murder, another 35 years. Total, 85 years, no death penalty, swayed by Durkin's charm and youth. Crowds packed the courtroom, jeering as he smiled. Prosecutors detailed his violence. Defense claimed desperation, not malice. Tribune readers split. Some demanded execution. Others saw reform potential. Did the judge's leniency betray Shanahan's sacrifice? Shanahan's death reshaped the Bureau. J. Edgar Hoover, leveraging public outrage, pushed for federal powers, culminating in the 1934 law criminalizing attacks on FBI agents. The agency expanded, hiring 600 agents by 1930, with training schools and forensic labs. Shanahan's .38, displayed at Chicago's FBI office, became a symbol of sacrifice. His name joined the FBI Wall of Honor, later honoring 115 fallen agents. Chicago's Explorer Post, launched 2011, mentors youth in his name, teaching civic duty. Yet, Minerva and Dennis faced private pain, their loss a quiet scar. Did the Bureau's growth honor Shanahan enough? Minerva Shanahan, widowed at 26, raised Dennis alone, teaching in Bridgeport to survive. She declined interviews, her grief private, but neighbors recalled her strength. Dennis, too, at his father's death, grew up hearing Ed's heroism, later joining the Navy. Chicago PD mourned Sergeant Harry Gray, whose widow, Ellen, opened a bakery supporting Mary's education. Community debates raged. Some blamed Prohibition's lawlessness. Others Chicago PD's lax coordination. Letters to the Tribune demanded harsher penalties, citing Durkin's smile. Vigils continued, with St. Mary's hosting annual masses for Shanahan and Gray. Did their families find closure? Martin Durkin served 28 years, released July 28, 1954 at 53. Prison records note his charm persisted. He led a choir at Joliet, but fought guards at Leavenworth. Post-release, he lived obscurely in Chicago, working as a mechanic, dying in 1981 at 81. Critics, like Vocal.media's Skylar Saunders, argued his sentence was too light, advocating execution for cop killers. Others saw his decades caged as justice. Chicago PD and FBI never forgot Shanahan or Gray, their memorials enduring. Durkin's freedom in 1954 sparked outrage, a reminder of 1920s leniency. Was his punishment enough for two heroes' lives? In 2025, Edwin C. Shanahan's legacy shines. His .38 at Chicago's FBI field office honors 115 fallen agents. The Explorer Post inspires youth, reflecting his civic heart. Ex-post from at FBI, 2016 to 2022, call him a hero, their annual tributes liked by thousands. Minerva, dying in 1979, and Dennis, passing in 1990, carried private wounds. Durkin's 1954 release, after 28 years for two murders, mirrors modern debates, like the 2012 Miller v. Alabama ruling on juvenile sentencing, questioning justice's balance. Does a killer's freedom dim a hero's light? Or does Shanahan's courage burn brighter, guiding those who risk all? Share your thoughts below. Like, subscribe, and honor the fallen. Truth keeps their sacrifice alive.